Today I am making the definitive hypeness tier list for Smash Ultimate. Now what exactly does that mean? That means I will be ranking every single character in Smash Ultimate based on how hype I think that they are. So if I think a character is lame, he's going to be at the bottom. And if I think a character is hype, he's going to be at the top. And while opinions typically vary a little bit with tier lists, a lot of times people kind of agree, generally about character placements. But today I think I've done the impossible. I've created a tier list that absolutely nobody will agree with me on. And if you know what characters I play in this game, you'll know exactly why. Okay, so we've got 6 different tiers here. I'm going to be ranking how hype each character is. We've got the S+ hype tier, hypest in the game. We've got pretty hype, so it means typically it's hype, right? We've got hype in the right hands. That means this is a character that, typically isn't necessarily a hype character in my opinion, but if the right person plays them, they can be pretty hype. We've got generally not hype. This is going to be a character that, generally not hype. You have maybe 1 or 2 exceptions out there in the world. That's about it. You got boring, which are characters that I just find boring. And then you got lamest in the game. These are the characters that are just overall lame. You hate to see them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay, I guess we'll just go alphabetical. Starting off with Bayonetta. I'm a little biased, coming from Smash 4, a character that most people in Smash 4 hate. I will say, since Smash 4, this was a character that obviously has fallen off, but we've been seeing a recent resurgence. We've got Lima still, we got Bloom forever, and then I saw yesterday there's also a player from Mexico that plays Bayo. That ended up beating Zomba, I believe. Like I said, I'm a little biased. I'm not a huge fan of Bayonetta. However, I do think sometimes she can have some hype stuff, considering that most of the time, she's been kind of nerfed in Smash 4. Not that hype. I'm going to put generally not hype because generally, like I said, not a big fan of Bayo. However, sometimes there are exceptions. Moving on, we got Bowser. I'm a big fan of heavies, typically. Bowser is kind of like easy peasy. I feel like this is the easy, heavy to play. This is a character, and this is kind of me with a lot of low tiers personally. I feel like you gotta see the right person playing this character. You know what I mean? Like if you watch any old Bowser, okay, this character is just he doesn't have much, right? But you watch Hero from Japan. The dude is sick. This is hype in the right hands. You need to see one hype Bowser clip. Is there not just a regular clip of him? Okay, here we go. Heroes Bowser 0 to death. Ooh, look at that. Double up smash into back air. Actually sick. Ooh, look at that. Down B spike. That's enough for me. Okay, Bowser's gonna stay in hype in the right hand. Bowser Jr. on the other hand, I think can be pretty hype. Now, I've watched, I've personally gotten by the Detroit Lions, who main Bowser Jr. But I've watched some good Bowser Juniors. I'm trying to think. Yoda Cage, I watched him a lot. It was that Gamo. I was watching his sets. He goes crazy with the character, man. He's got some cool stuff he can do. I'm a big fan of Bowser Jr., honestly. This was my OG main from Smash 4, so definitely a character that I like. Next up, Captain Falcon. Character that is notoriously hype, right? I'm gonna put him hype in the right hands. I personally am not a Falcon believer, but I know how hype people think Falcon is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put him there. We got Chrom. Boring. I'm sorry, but me personally, so many of the sword characters, I'm just there's nothing there for me. You know what I mean? Same with Cloud. Run around, charge limit, oh boy, hit a cross slash. How hype is that? There's just nothing there for me, you know what I mean? I personally, a lot of sword characters in general, not a huge fan of. I think they're kind of boring, a lot of them. So that's just me personally. After that, we've got Corrin, who I'm going to put in generally not hype. I do think Corrin has a few more things than a lot of other sword characters that can kind of classify them as somewhat hype. So we're going to go ahead and put Corrin there. I think Corrin is a little bit more hype than a Chrom or a Cloud personally. Dark Pit / Pit, I'm going to put in generally not hype. This is one of those characters that is very fundamental, nothing really crazy about them. However, anytime you see a really, really good one in tournaments, a lot of times you end up rooting for them. A lot of times you'll, look forward to watching them play. So it's gonna be generally not hype. Dark Samus, boring. Same with Samus, wherever Samus is. But yeah, Samus is just projectiles, nothing crazy. Diddy Kong, overall, I like Diddy Kong a lot. I've watched a lot of Diddy Kongs, obviously. I think there's so much you can do with this character. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in hype in the right hands again. These are gonna not be ordered, it's just being thrown into tiers. Obviously, if you listen to Tweak Talks, they always talk about how Tweak is a camper. But I mean, there's different ways to play Diddy Kong, you know? You can camp around Banana, you can do like, go for a lot of cool stuff. So I think Diddy Kong is hype in the right hands. DK, I'll put DK in pretty hype. Like DK like has that Smash 64 moveset, right? Nothing crazy about his moveset. But DK can be very hype at times, right? Like this is another character, right? Like Bowser, anytime you see one in bracket, you gotta root for the low tiers. He's got nothing crazy about his moveset, that's the thing. I mean, he's hype, don't get me wrong, but there's some characters that are just definitely... You guys all think S+? He's got good edits, right? His edits are making me think, right? He belongs in S, but when I really think about what he's doing, it's not a whole lot there. So we're gonna keep him in pretty hype. All right, next is Doc. Dude, Doc goes crazy, right? And this is a character that's like awful, but I love watching good Dr. Marios, right? Like when you see somebody going crazy with this character, like it's just crazy, you know? It's gonna be our first S+. Man, this list is looking great so far, by the way. Next up, we have Duck Hunt. I'm gonna throw, okay, hear me out. I'm gonna throw Duck Hunt in the S+. You know how much cool stuff you can do with Duck Hunt? Like, have you watched top level Duck Hunt? Like, you can call it character lame, but like, you gotta think about this character, right? Like, high level Duck Hunt, like, is crazy. I personally, I love a lot of the can setups. I think those are really cool. I can really appreciate those, especially like with the disc too. A lot of cool stuff you can do with Duck Hunt. I think S+. Well, I'll put pretty hype actually. I'll put pretty hype. Just because typically Duck Hunts are kind of lame, but like the cool ones are cool. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put pretty hype. Falco, I'm gonna put in pretty hype as well. Another character that can be hype in the right hands, of course. A lot of cool stuff you can do with Falco. I watched a lot of Tilde, of course, at Gommel. Kind of changed my opinion on the character, honestly. So I think it's a character that you can do a lot more. Fox, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know how to justify my separation of tiers here, but there's just something about Fox, man. It's like, I don't know. Like, you just go for up tilts, you go for up air, and that's the game, right? Spam lasers to rack up damage, and that's about it. I feel like Falco's got a lot more going on that you have to work for. Ganondorf, basically a hyper version of Captain Falcon, but doesn't deserve to be in his own tier, I don't think. Like I said, I can order this later. It's not really ordered, but it's gonna go into hype in the right hands. Most Ganons are bad. The ones that are good can be pretty hype, but typically you don't see Ganon too often. Greninja. Only time I've ever played against Greninja, it's been against like a very lame playstyle. So back in Smash 4, I thought this character was really hype. I feel like I haven't seen enough Greninja to really put it anywhere on this list. We'll go ahead and throw him in hype in the right hands. Ice Climbers, I'm sorry, dude. I think Ice Climbers are crazy hype. Are you kidding me? Like when Big D was going crazy at Summit, like his first tournament when he really popped off. Like there's so much cool stuff you can do with this character. And nothing is more hype than like Game 5 situation, you're both last stock, all you have left is Sopo, and you manage to take the win. It's crazy. Ike, on the other hand, Ike, honestly, he's just boring. Like, if I'm being honest, like I feel like the game plan with Ike is just to go for Nair, right? Just go for Nair and like hope to survive forever so you can outlive your opponent. That's really all it is. Incineroar, hype in the right hands. Obviously Sky J. This is a character that is just solely based on reads. I feel like that's how you win with this character. You just have to constantly read your opponent and go for the early kills, because a lot of times you're just gonna get gimped off stage. This is just a lot of like killing super early. I would say Sky J makes this character look pretty hype, but I've yet to see another Incineroar do that. Inkling, this is a character that we don't see ever, right? Like I feel like we never see Inkling. When's the last time you've seen an Inkling player? The only one I could actually think of is like Cosmos, who doesn't play Inkling anymore. And then there was Armada, who doesn't play the game anymore. I think it's character boring, to be honest. I've seen some cool stuff with Inkling, but nothing like crazy, I feel like. Isabel! Where do I want to put Isabel? I'm gonna put Isabel boring, to be honest. I mean, there's not much to, I don't know. You just kind of go for Slingshot, and Fishing Rod is broken, never works. Down B, you can just, you know, not walk over there. See, here's the thing, right? I feel like Duck Hunt traps, like you can do can setups, you can go for the disc setups, you got the gunman setup snipes. There's a lot more you can do with him, I feel like. Isabel is just a stationary bomb that goes straight up, a fishing pole that doesn't work, and Slingshot, you know what I mean? Puff, hype in the right hands, I would say. But kind of the same reason as Incineroar, right? You play for early kills, you die easily, and it's hype if you get the early kills, right? Game-winning rest at 40%, goes crazy. Next up is going to be Ken. I'm just gonna go ahead and place Ken and Ryu in the same tier. I don't really think much of these characters, to be honest. Like, I don't pop off when I see Ken or Ryu playing. I don't know, kind of to me. That's kind of how I feel about them. I feel like generally not hype is the place for them. I think I'll go ahead and keep them there. I don't really see why I would move them up at all, to be honest. Next we have DDD. Now I know most of you might think I'm gonna put him here, even though he probably deserves to be here. However, personally, I think DDD belongs in hype in the right hands. Like, obviously, it's the character Gordo. Like, a lot of people hate Wi-Fi DDD, but there's some really cool DDD stuff that you could do, which, like, very few people are able to do with the character. But the ones that are make this character pretty hype, I would say. I think he deserves to be there, personally. I think he deserves to be there. Check Discord. Ooh, the double fishing rod? Okay, I respect it. Okay, now that was sick. I'll give you that. That one was sick. Dude, I've never seen an Isabel like this before, though. This dude's got pocket setups for every character. What is this? I'll move her up to Hyper. Okay. Up to K roll. I think this character's boring, personally. Like, this is a character that I started playing at the start of Smash Ultimate, and I literally stopped playing him because I thought he was so boring. I mean, obviously, you can do some cool stuff with him, but for the most part, not really. Kirby, I'm gonna put in generally not hype. Typically, Kirby's not really hype. I mean, I'd imagine it's kind of similar to Isabel in the way that, like, you have a lot of cool setups for each character's abilities. You can probably do some cool things with the character. So I'd imagine that, you know, Kirby is generally not hype, but sometimes you can do some cool stuff with him. Link, on the other hand, another character that's typically considered lame. I mean, some of the bomb setups are kind of cool, but like, ooh, okay. The jab lock, all right. I like all the, like, the Z drop stuff is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, this is a character I think honestly, I'm gonna put where's he? I'm gonna put him right next to Isabel. In the right hands, you can go for some cool setups. He's got some cool stuff. He's got the ability to do cool stuff. Little Mac, overall, this character is generally not hype. I mean, you just have to stay grounded with the character. It's just going for KO punch setups. I mean, and half the time it doesn't work out because if you get hit one time, you lose KO punch. I'm not a Little Mac believer, I'm sorry. I'm really not. I would say it's boring because he does have the KO punch factor, which is kind of cool sometimes, but generally not hype. Lucario, I'm debating between these two, because it's like, what does Lucario really have? Yeah, I'm gonna put generally not hype. The only thing hype about Lucario is when you have crazy aura and you're trying to come back, but like, it's a mechanic of the game. It's not really even Lucario, it's just Lucas. I think Lucas can be let's watch a Lucas video. Okay, look at that. Now see, this is what I was looking for. I love all the snake stuff. That's cool, I think. This is going to be a 0 to death. Okay. Ooh, okay. This dude goes crazy. Okay. The only Lucas I know of is like Choco Taco. I've heard of him. I definitely think Lucas is a lot more hype than like Ness. But I mean, Ness does have some cool stuff too, I think. But we'll get to Ness when we get there. Lucas, gonna go into pretty hype. Lucina, Marth, boring in my opinion. Like I said, I'm just personally not a fan of sword characters. I think they're boring. Like, almost all of them are boring in my opinion. Luigi. Boring. This is just your 0 to death character. Go for the basic 0 to deaths. Nothing crazy about him. I don't know what to say about Luigi. Like, you just go for grab and bam, free combos. You know what I mean? The only possible thing that I could consider being hype would be hitting a misfire, but that's literally just, there's nothing about it. Like, it's just I don't know. I don't think Luigi is that entertaining personally. Mario over here, I definitely think Dr. Mario is very hype. Mario, on the other hand, I think is hype in the right hands. I think overall with Mario, like, you can move with the character. You can move with the character, I'll say that much. Like, I think Mario is just kind of one of those kind of basic characters, but like, there's definitely some people that pop off with the character. Right? Typically going for up air strings, nothing crazy, but like, you can do some crazy stuff aside from that, you know what I mean? And you can really like play off stage. So I think that's a good spot. Hype in the right hands. Mega Man, I think Mega Man belongs in generally not hype. There are definitely some good Mega Man players that I enjoy watching personally. However, most of the time this is a character that like I'm not too crazy about. I don't know, he's just weird, man. Like with the pellets, I can't get behind Mega Man. I don't know. I think that's a good spot for him. I think generally not hype is a good spot for him. Meta Knight, I gotta watch a video for. I think overall his character is pretty cool. But yeah, at the same time, that's kind of the thing though. It's like, it'd be kind of ironic to like put him high up when like I said the same thing about Mario, which is up air strings. It's kind of just what Meta Knight goes for. Meta Knight, we'll put hype in the right hands again. Mewtwo, again, I need to watch a clip for because you never see Mewtwo's anymore. MK Leo Mewtwo? What in the world? Yo, when did he play Mewtwo? Is this like... I literally don't remember this. When did this dude play Mewtwo? That's a really good point. I think aesthetically Mewtwo looks very cool, but like when you really think about it, there's not much behind him, you know what I mean? But I will say, like, a lot of his animations and everything, they really convince you that he looks cool, but is he? I don't know. Back in Smash 4, we had all the footstool combos and everything. Another character, like Greninja, you know? Mewtwo, Greninja, both of them were very hype back in Smash 4. Ultimate, animations are cool, but that's about it. Generally not hype, I think. All three Miis are gonna go in lame. I don't really need to say much else. I hate playing against the Miis, as do most people. And for good reason. I think all three Miis are very boring. Game & Watch, on the other hand, his character is a master. But he's not boring, right? He's entertaining to watch, right? Or is he? He's belonging in one of these two tiers, honestly. Game & Watch gonna be generally not hype. Ness, I'm gonna put one tier under Lucas. I do think Lucas is more hype than Ness. Ness does have some cool stuff, though. You can go for like a lot of cool stuff with him, with the down B cancels and everything. So I think that's a good spot for Ness. At the highest level, Ness can be pretty cool, you know. Next is my boy Olimar. Let me tell you, man, this is full bias, but I don't care. I think Olimar is hype. He gets the hate for no reason. I like how when you look up Olimar, all 5 shorts that pop up are all my videos. That's crazy. I'm carrying the Olimar meta right now. Oh man, okay, what do the comments say? Olimar is pretty cool to watch in my opinion. Look at that. I don't even know why I'm watching these. I'm gonna keep them in S+. Like there's nothing that anybody could say that's gonna convince me otherwise. But just to kind of help prove it, you know what I mean? Jab, jab, down smash, jab lock, that's free. Go for the forward smash, purple snipe. Ooh, we go for it down there. That's crazy. You have so much to say? Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
How you liking my tier list so far?
Okay. First, let's start with Olimar.
Oh.
All right. So that clip you showed of whoever that was, most of those clips, yes, he side beat 6 times in a row.
Okay.
Got him on the ground, he didn't tech, so he threw 3 more side Bs. Got him to 80% using side B only and then F smash. And you nodded your head saying, yep, yeah, that's pretty hype. DK has 4 spikes. He's got 4. What's the most hype thing in Smash? Spikes. Yeah.
Is it?
What is?
I mean, if you think about it, no. If you think about it, then technically, doesn't Olimar have 6 spikes because he has 6 Pikmin?
No.
Like a spike.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, that's just down there.
I'm just saying.
That's 1 spike.
6 different ones.
Are you pulling up? Oh, I see you watching this. But look, did you see the footstool? Oh my god, that was so sus.
Okay. Hammer, 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 hammer. Into bucket. Yeah. Goes crazy. Wow.
He used more than side B and F smash. I could win a game with Olimar using side B, F smash, and up smash only, and it's not hard.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
And that's what the clip was doing. The clip didn't do anything. He didn't even do anything. Bro, I'm losing my mind. Go back, watch the Olimar one again. People say aggressive Olimar. I've never seen an Olimar play.
That's Shuton. He goes crazy.
They say that, but he just side B's then runs at you, and then you have nothing to do. Because either you attack him and take all the chip, or you shield and get grabbed. You have no choices. We're both biased. Absolutely right. You're correct.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny it. You know, I'm biased.
Yeah, Olimar buff DK is crazy. I agree. Listen to your chat. Over DK is insane.
DK has nothing.
What do you mean he has nothing?
He has nothing.
What does Olimar have, man?
All right, I've seen enough of the Olimar. He's staying in S+.
I mean, I knew you weren't gonna change, but I need to give the chat a piece of my mind just so everyone knows. Everyone agrees that Olimar's not hype, but
I think most people will agree that he.
I mean, I saw chat. I didn't see anyone say that Olimar is S+.
I will say, just based on looking at my tier list so far, it does look kind of scuffed, but it's gonna even itself out.
Bowser is crazy. I need your explanation. Could you go over why Bowser's so high?
Okay, so I think he's hype in the right hands. So it's not necessarily that he's like high up there. This is like a tier for like there's like 1 or 2 people out there that like, you know, they can make the character kind of look hype, right?
Like we have 6 Bowsers in our city, and I've never once rooted for one of them.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, because most Bowsers are kind of bad. I feel like.
I haven't seen any. I mean, I've seen good ones, but they weren't hype. They were just like down tilting ledge and.
But like, shields, okay, like when you see players like Hero in Japan making like he's making like top 8 in 1,000 person tournaments. Like the fact that you can get Bowser up there like that, Like that's pretty high.
So what? The fact that Heavy's doing good?
Well, but I don't know. He just does some crazy stuff with it. You know, he gets the 0 to deaths. It's crazy. He's got some cool stuff. Trust me. You just gotta be there in the moment. You know what I mean?
In the moment, we can't find one hype clip. We're on YouTube.
Fresh cut maybe. All right.
Yeah.
Pac-Man. What do you think about Pac-Man? Tap in the right hands, right? I would think.
Yeah. Some people just run away, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
he's built for that.
Palu is boring in my
One hype
opinion.
level, too.
I don't think
Yeah,
Palu's
Palu is not lit. She has
very
nothing.
boring.
She just uses her broken aerials and
Yep.
wins.
Peach.
What about Peach though? Yeah, Peach.
Type in the right hands.
I think Peach is pretty hype in general.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, is
You know what
hard
it
hype?
is?
That's the question. Is hard?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
hype?
Yeah. And it's like, because of how hard she is, only a few people like can really.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
the fact that I can't do it no matter how hard I try,
Yeah.
it makes it more hype.
It's like typically it's just like, but the right players know how to showcase her.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Pichu, I think Pichu is pretty high.
As a former Pichu player, that character is very cool.
Pichu's like a lot of jab lock setups. I feel like that's kind of
Yeah.
what Pichu is, which can be hype. I definitely think more hype than Pikachu.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's
I would say pretty hype. I think Pichu overall is pretty hype.
pretty hype, like above. What?
I think so. I mean, we got Duck Hunt in there, right?
I would say we have Duck Hunt in there, but he is definitely there on the tier list.
Pikachu, on the other hand, would it be bad if I put Pikachu in generally not hype?
No, that would not be bad. When have you seen Pikachu do anything cool?
Yeah, ECM fell off.
Yeah.
Piranha Plant, lame. I mean, just boring in general, I would say.
Lamest in the game. Are you doing lamest in the game just one character?
You see, I plan on having multiple characters there, but I really haven't had to fill it out yet so far. Well, actually,
I mean, Samus.
I
Right
mean,
there.
I could move a couple characters down, I suppose.
I really hate Samus though.
Pokemon Trainer, I would
Trainer
say.
is 3 characters.
Yeah,
He
well,
can't be boring.
yeah, exactly. Like I would say, I would say I'm pretty high. I mean, like you just don't see a lot of PTs anymore. But like,
Yeah, you don't really see them do anything that's like, whoa, I've never seen that before. It's just like back throw, back air, whatever the Charizards do to kill you.
yeah, it's because like, okay, Ivysaur is like one of my favorite Pokemon, but like, I
Yeah,
feel like he's so lame in this game.
he's not very cool.
It's just going for a Razor Leaf and trying to kill at like 50. Because down air is crazy even after the nerf, and up air is still crazy. I will say Charizard Spike alone really kind of boosts him up for me. I think he has one of the cool spikes in the game. I like the character because he's kind of a mixture of everything, so I feel like, you know, when people are able to utilize all three like effectively, I think it could be a really cool character.
It's cool when they like switch off like mid interaction.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll put him in pretty hype. I think overall it's a pretty hype character. Okay, I think we have our first bunch for lamest in the game. I hate these characters.
Oh, hey, who is it?
Simon and Richter.
Oh yeah, get him out of here. Get him out
Yeah,
of here.
these
If you think
characters
the
are
freaking boomerang coming back and you upping out them is cool, no, it's not. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's not cool. But Sword Fighter can go down there too. I hate Sword Fighter.
Yeah, and so can me Gunner. I feel like
Yeah,
Brawler
Sword
has a
Fighter.
little something to him, but
Yeah,
I think
Brawler can do some cool stuff. He's like, I mean, honestly, Brawler and Mario should be in the same. They're the same character.
I mean, that's a good point. Okay, we're gonna rearrange them down to generally not hype. I think that's fair. Okay, I think it looks good so far. Ridley, I just don't see enough of. Like, I don't like. When have you seen a Ridley?
Yeah, Ridley. I mean, I like this down B. I think it's cool that it moves at 7 billion, but like no one ever hits it. I was waiting.
Ooh, his spike is pretty sick too. I gotta say.
I mean, no, he's kind of cheesy. Like that guy's tried to side B him off stage and then like.
Yeah, this is definitely a cheesy
like,
character.
That's
I feel
really
like.
cheesy.
Yeah, he kind of thrives off of that. I feel like. I mean, it's another one of those low tier heavies where it's like, can be kind of hype, but
Yeah.
I guess hype in the right hands. Rob.
Where are you putting Rob?
I mean, I do think that I think the gyro setups are pretty cool, but as a character itself is like pretty lame. I feel like.
Yeah,
I guess generally
think
not
Rob
hype.
is very boring.
I wouldn't say it's boring because he can do some cool stuff, but I would say generally most of the time when you're watching Rob, you're just waiting to turn the stream
I
off.
feel like the player base and just like how successful he is just makes him more boring.
Yeah, I
Just
think so
because
too.
he's
Like if you just
so
had like
insane.
1 or 2 good Robs, like you'd be like, oh,
Yes.
character's sick.
If you watched like 2 of like the best Rob play 2 sets, You've seen everything Ralph can do.
Yeah, pretty much.
He is nothing else.
Shulk, another character I just don't see enough of. All I know about this character is that people keep talking about how at full potential he's gonna be crazy. But they've been saying that since Smash 4, so and I'm still waiting for it. It was like the same thing. It was like, oh, this character, like, you know, at his full potential is gonna be the best in the game, but he just never got there.
He's one of those characters like he should be good, but
yeah, I'm gonna put generally out hype. Rosalind and Luma. Okay, so I actually think this character is kind of sick. Like, I think since Smash 4, Rosalina's gotten better. Like, Smash 4 Rosa was very lame. In this game, I don't think she's that lame. There's literally one person that plays Rosa. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always been the Buzz fan because I think the Buzz is a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
He does the right option most of the time.
I'm gonna put generally not hype just because typically it's not, but
yeah.
Besides the Buzz. Roy. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Roy, but
Roy, yeah, Roy presses lots of buttons and wins.
Yeah.
I think he's boring.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold up. Wait. Oh no, we didn't. I thought that was Shulk. That was Robin that we placed earlier. My bad. That was Robin. Well.
Is the other anime?
I think Robin still deserves. Okay, we can just put both of them there, to be honest.
Yeah, Robin,
Shulk.
Yeah, Robin goes there too.
Same thing. Sheik.
Yeah, I love Sheik. I think Sheik is sick.
Think so?
I think she's so cool. But I'm also a big fan of drag downs and fast characters.
I mean, I wouldn't say she's boring because
I think if you like someone that didn't watch Smash watch Sheik, they'd be like, this is so cool. Like, she's so cool.
That's a really good point. Yeah, I'll put.
I think yeah.
Next up is Snake.
You can handle this or
not. Why you buy?
I just hate Snake so much. But I know he does a lot of stuff.
It's just grenades. Man, it's just all grenades.
I hate him so much. I know he can do cool stuff. I've seen him do like different stuff. And he's got lots of options.
Yeah.
Man, I hate playing against it.
Sonic, name in the game.
Yeah, bottom of the bottom tier. Yep. Sorry, Sonic.
Deservedly so. Toon Link. I like Toon Link, but
you think he's cooler than normal Link?
I'm gonna say generally not hype. Villager.
Lower than Isabelle.
I think Villager's pretty hype, not gonna lie.
I guess Tree. What is Tree hype?
Yeah, you got Tree, you know? I mean, here's the thing. You basically have all the pocket stuff that Isabelle has. And you got Bowling Ball. I forgot about Bowling Ball.
The Bowling Ball's broken.
Exactly. You got Wood Block too. It's pretty sick, right? I'm just gonna put him next to Isabelle.
Oh,
I feel like that makes the most sense.
Not the same.
Like the same character, right? Next up is Wii Fit.
Ooh, yeah. Get out of here.
Wolf. I'm gonna say is probably.
I like Wolf. Wolf is a Fundies character.
That's what I mean. So I feel like he belongs at generally not hype. That's kind of where I have Pit. I feel like very just fundamental.
Have you seen what was that guy's name?
Zachary? Jackal?
Yes, Jackal. He does really cool stuff.
I feel like Wolf is just moving, you know.
Yeah, Wolf. I like the.
I think the hypest thing about Wolf is when you go for the side B kills.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so calculated the way you have to play with Wolf.
Yeah, that's
true. You can't really just mash.
That's true. I'll put him in hype in the right hands. I feel like that's fair. Yoshi.
Get him out of here.
We'll go ahead and put him in boring.
Yeah.
Young Link. I think Young Link, kind of boring. I mean, it's a lot more fast paced than the other Links, I'll say.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that, but I'd say generally not hype. Yeah, basically.
You don't get to, so it's not fair.
Exactly. Zelda. I don't know. Yeah. See, I hate playing against Zelda, but like the good Zeldas make that character look broken.
Broken, but does that mean hype?
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna put boring actually, because I forgot who I was watching, but I was like, man, this character is like, it's just kind of just waiting it out. Like send out Knight, just reflector, side B, like just constantly.
It's a very like I'm gonna do stuff over here.
Exactly.
If you try and get to me, I'm gonna stop you from getting to me.
Exactly.
Which is like
ZSS. I think ZSS is hype.
Very
yeah,
hype.
That's a pretty hype.
Top tier.
I don't think S plus.
What? Dude, Zero Suit is so cool.
I mean,
okay, Doc's gotta go. You can't have Doc the most.
I like
okay, ZSS can be pretty hype, but
I like how out of all three characters that I have up there, you're like, oh, Doc has to go.
Doc does have to go. I know you're not gonna move Olimar. I know what you mean because they're hard. But if hard equals good, then Peach should be up there.
But Ices are hype, right? Like if you pull off like some of those decent clips, like some of them are pretty sick, I would say. But the thing is like I think the coolest stuff with Ice Climbers outweighs the coolest stuff with Peach. Let's go ahead and get everybody on here. Wario, I think is, I'd say Generally not hype.
Have you? I've seen.
It's just camping for waft.
Yeah, I remember one clip that sticks out. It was a Gluto clip, and I don't even think I could find it because I don't think anyone else thought it was that crazy.
I mean, you can do some cool stuff, but I feel like it's just a lot of camping for waft. Yeah, I'll put generally not hype. I feel like, I mean, he can be hype. The only person that plays and that's really hype is Gluto, that I've seen personally. But it's just a lot of playing around waft, I feel like. Like, if Wario didn't have wafts, like, there's really not much to him. Joker, I'm gonna say Joker's pretty hype. Or should I put him in S+? I mean, I'd say pretty hype. Not really S+.
He's not S+. Because he's DLC and has Arsene. So it makes him a little bit less cool no matter what.
Hero, I almost want to put him in lamest in the game. I think this character's lame.
What? The lamest in the game? He's got a randomizer. That's
so lame though. Like,
how's that lame?
Oh no. Character's just dumb.
What? Chat, back me up. What? Hero's got a randomizer. He pressed down B and anything can happen. He has a move that kills himself. What? That's so funny.
I'm gonna put generally not hype.
Hero's hype.
Speaking of hype, next up we got Banjo.
Oh my god.
Well, I think
get him out.
Hype in the right hands.
Boring. Boring. I would settle for generally not hype. But you remember how hard it was to find a Banjo clip. I know you remember.
Banjo's got some crazy clips, let me tell you. Look at that first video, untapped potential. That's what I'm saying.
So, Shulk.
But Shulk has had more time to like find that potential, you know what I mean? Banjo's DLC, he's only been out for a little bit, you know?
A little bit? Didn't that guy come out like 2020?
I mean, yeah, compared to 2013 with Shulk.
I love Invincible.
Okay, I'll move him down to generally not hype. Terry, up next. Terry, I'm gonna put generally not hype again.
Yeah, he's not very hype.
Boring is going to be where Byleth goes. They both start with the letter B.
I like Byleth's up B. That's the coolest move they have.
Yeah, up B's kind of cool, I will say. But not cool enough to move up.
Not cool enough.
Oh, Steve is... Okay, I was actually going to say that when we get to Steve. Yeah, let's go ahead and...
Oh, no.
Okay. Min-Min's already lamest in the game. I think we can both agree on that.
Yes, that's very easy.
Very boring, lame character. Steve, I will say... I'm going to put generally not hype. I do agree that, like, in the right hands could be hype, but, like, I would say more so than not, Steve is pretty lame. You know what I mean?
There are no right hands? That is factual. Whose hands? I don't think I've ever seen these hands that you speak of.
Like, I mean, okay, like, I feel like Steve, it's almost the same argument you had with Sheik, right? Like, if somebody that didn't watch Smash watched Steve do what Steve does, they'd probably be like, yo, the character type, right?
Yeah, that is very true.
But I'd say more times than not, people consider this character lame. So I'm gonna say generally.
I think it doesn't help that he's so insanely good and so, like, polarizing.
Yeah,
like,
and he's so like such a famous character where, like, if anybody watched him, it's like, oh, Steve.
Minecraft. Oh,
exactly.
The guy's building stuff all around the map. I mean, yeah, I guess it depends. It's hard to make this tier list because, like,
that's
it
what I'm
depends on what
saying.
you think
Yeah,
hype is.
exactly, right? Oh, we're winding down here. We got 4 characters left. I guess my S+ hype tier is gonna stay the same because none of these are gonna go there. That's for sure. Sephiroth, I think, is boring. Character's lame.
What?
Dude, Sephiroth is boring. Even like Tweak admits it. He's like, yeah, this character's lame.
I wouldn't say he's like hype or anything. I think he's generally not hype. I don't think he's completely boring.
I think he's pretty boring.
His down B looks cool. All of his moves just look so cool.
I don't know. He's just. I feel like there's not much. Like.
There's nothing like that.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Power Mithra.
Boring.
Lamest in the game.
I literally made them and they're boring. So boring. They make me not want to play them.
I guess I'll put them in boring. I don't think lamest in the game, but they're pretty boring, I would say. Kazuya, well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna say same as the Steve thing, you know, like generally not hype. That's kind of the same situation, you know.
0 to deaths.
Doing a lot of cool stuff, I guess, but it's really not that cool, you know.
And I think when one move is your win condition, I can't put that anywhere cool.
Yeah,
I really can't.
Exactly.
Steve at least has 2 different moves for his win condition: jab or up tilt.
Exactly.
Basically the same move.
Yeah. Overall, it's not that hype. And last, but certainly least, is Sora.
Sora!
Who belongs at the bottom. I don't think... Okay, so as far as the lamest in the game tier, I'm gonna go ahead and put Min Min as the lamest, Sonic right above her, and then I'm gonna slide Sora in right there as well.
Wow, lamest in the game?
Yeah.
You think Sora's the lamest in the game? I would accept the boring, but lamest in the game?
The way that you feel about Sora is probably the way I feel about Banjo.
I mean,
It's like deep down, you kind of know the character's name, you just don't want to admit it.
I mean, I already know Sora. I mean, Sora is not like hype. He's got like instant double jump stuff. I've never seen Banjo do an instant double jump at all. What does he need to do instant double jump for? All he does is uses his little projectiles and runs away. You actually got to play the game to play Sora.
Do you really though?
You do. You actually do.
Up there, up there. Okay, what we got? Nair, 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 Nair. Yep. Very cool. Down smash. Wow. Pop off. Let's go. Okay, yeah, I think he belongs where he belongs. Anyways.
Whatever. We'll agree to disagree.
I'm not really liking my S plus hype tier list
Inkling?
though.
You don't think Inkling's very hype? I like
Not
Inkling.
really. I guess generally not hype.
Oh yeah, we're putting DK up there. You gotta put DK up there. Chat, can we vote 1 for DK to go up a tier, 2 for him to stay? I'm gonna go ahead and let me just put 1 in there. Yeah. Move DK up with the 1. The 2, you keep him in the same spot. I think we're all in agreement here. Besides,
I'll go ahead and move him up because everybody wants to see it. I can respect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones are coming in.
All right. I respect it. I think my lamest in the game tier, that's looking good. I don't think anyone else deserves to be down there. Maybe Samus, but I feel like Samus is just I feel like Samus has some cool stuff.
The biggest problem I have right now is Bowser still. I don't think he belongs in hype in the right hands. I've never seen him. Never seen the receipts.
But then I feel like I have to move really down too if I move him down.
You do. They're the same character.
I'll just go ahead and do it. This tier list is so
lives at 180 and kills you at 60. Like, I don't think that's very hype. I don't think that's very fun.
I feel like more characters need to be an S plus, but I don't know who else I would move up. Is the thing.
I mean, it's Smash Ultimate. There's not a lot of hype in here.
I mean, that's true. You know, Olimar is
really S plus.
Olimar's on an island of his own over here. So
you look at S plus character, Olimar doesn't even belong in there.
I'll put him in hype in the right hands just because I feel like that makes more sense.
It's so scuffed seeing Olimar up there. It's like okay, wait, what? Okay. It's
fair.
So confusing.
I think it's fair.
You're gonna put this on Twitter, and all the comments are gonna be Olimar question mark. Olimar? Even the Buzz he's gonna respond and be like, oh.
Nah, the Buzz is gonna fully understand. Should I move Mega Man up to hype in the right hands? I feel like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Mega Man's pretty cool.
He has some cool stuff, I feel like. Yeah. I think this is looking pretty good overall. It's kind of hard to say, but I guess Ice Climbers is there. Like, I don't really know who I would put above him, but like Joker, I only kind of have up here just because I know everybody thinks he's hype. I think he's like kind of hype, but like I can see it.
If I had this list, I definitely wouldn't have Olimar up there. I'd have Zero Suit up there instead. Ices would be moved down. Doc, I mean.
So are you just gonna have DK up there alone?
No, I'd put DK up top. I mean, DK's the best. He's the most hype character in the game, for sure.
I can put him above Doc for sure. Martha just
Lucino. Think really organized boring that much. they're all just.
Yeah,
boring.
They're kind of just down there to be honest. I did have Core in a tier above Marth, but I don't really know how. I don't feel like ordering all that. And that right there is the definitive hypeness tier list for Smash Ultimate, partly created with Horseleg, but some of it was created on my own. Obviously, we had some varying opinions about certain characters, so I definitely want to hear your thoughts as well in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you liked Horseleg's commentary as well, go ahead and follow him on Twitch. If you want to hear from him as well in future videos, definitely let me know in the comments too. Other than that, I got nothing else for you guys. Hope you have a good day, hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.